guys. I had to take a shower and dry my hair. I feel so much cleaner though. Yes, I do. Let me turn on all comments, chat filter, all messages. Hello, sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late. Oh, I guess I gotta move my chair forward. What today? Today, my back has been... Hi, honey. Sorry I'm late, you guys. Good evening, my friend. How are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you. Hi, baby carrot. Today, my back has been rough, and I think it's because of the adjustment I got. Poor Sosa. It's like we were going on our walks, and I was like, okay, walk, don't pull, like, just trying to keep him right next to me, because when he pulled me, I literally thought I was going to scream. It feels a little better this evening. I've been keeping an ice pack on it. I've got my little back brace, and I put an ice pack under it. They're both in the freezer right now, getting cold, so yeah, that's what's been going on with me. My daughter sent out a group text talking about her itinerary before they move out of state. And so one of the things they're going to do is go camping. And so she sent me her lot number that they were going to be staying at, you know, the place she's going to be staying, the lot number. And so I booked mine right next to hers. So luckily it was available, and we're going in June. So that's one of the fun things we're going to be doing together. Hi, Robert. How are you, honey? That's one of the things we're going to be doing together, is going camping. It was like $85 to go camping for 2 nights, you guys. Didn't it used to be like 12 bucks a few years ago? I swear. Well, maybe not a few. When the kids were little, like we were on a 1-income household because I was a stay-at-home mom. So we didn't go on trips and all that stuff. Like our vacations were camping. That's what we did. We went camping a few hours away, and you know, and it was a thing, and the kids loved it. And that's where we're going to be going. And what else has been going on? Oh, one of my residents offered to pay for a massage for me. Like, no. He's like, you help people all the time. I'm like, that's my job. Like, no, I'm not going to let you pay for a... He's like, call up and schedule it. I'll pay for it. I'm like, no. Oh my gosh. These people are so good to me. Like, they cook for me all the time. Always bringing me food into my office to make sure I'm eating. Because I typically never take lunch, which I just got an email from my boss the other day saying, you got to start taking your lunches. I only camped in a Lance camper, if you know it. Well, I'm assuming it's a camper? I don't know. And then, same person that offered to pay for my massage offered me to borrow his tent and a cot and all this other stuff. He's such a sweet man. He really is. So what do you guys think? Did you hear about... That's what I forgot. My tablet. Hold on. Tomorrow's already Sunday, you guys. No. Tomorrow's the last day of the weekend. Ugh. It goes in the bed of a pickup truck. Oh. Why do I feel nauseous? Oh. Yeah, camping. I enjoy camping. Are you limping, baby? Oh, honey, come here. Here he comes. Grandma can't do a live stream without Sosa bugging me. I don't pay anything to go camping. Just find a nice place along the river to pull off and set up my... Nice, Robert. You work Sunday through Thursday, Donna? I have an old Suburban I'm making into... Oh, that's awesome, Texas Taurus. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? Trump, you guys, did you hear Joe Rogan and Trump today? You want to talk about doing something amazing for the country? I just got a CB radio. Oh, I'm jealous. That is so cool. That is so cool. So, let's see. Now, if Trump would just stick to doing stuff like this, you know, and stay out, just stay America, okay? Stay America. Thank you, baby carrot. I wasn't gonna freaking... I'm sorry, does it look like I'm trying to hide my forehead? Hello? I love my forehead. Sorry you hate it so much, but if I was trying to hide it, I would be covering it up, idiots. Must be a liberal. Just kidding. So let's go to... Okay, let me find it real quick. People are so miserable, you guys. It's so sad. I'm sorry. I hope they find a life. Well, there's a couple things that... One thing's really scary. And that is what they're trying to get passed down in California against Nick Shirley. So they're trying to... what's it called? SB something. I'll have to look it up. But they're trying to pass a bill to make it so journalists can't be journalists. You know? It's like, what the... Where did it go? I need to find my... Maybe it was here. Here it is. Okay, listen.
Professional. So President Trump signed this executive order, fast-tracking this, telling RFK Jr., hey, you need to figure this stuff out. Now, let me show you President Trump signing this. He said it was his absolute privilege to be able to sign this on behalf of America and veterans.
Okay, it's my honor. And with that, President Trump signing historic legislation, an executive order that will open the pathway for a revolutionary psychedelic drug, Ibogaine, to clear a pathway for possible FDA approval. And a room full, Rachel and Charlie, assembled of people that play a part in this. Obviously, HHS Secretary Kennedy and Marty McCary.
So, have you guys heard of Ibogaine?
But on the other...
All right. Now, this one hits close to home because, sadly, within my family and my wife's family, there's a lot of addiction, a lot of substance abuse, and it has ruined lives. It's led to suicide of multiple siblings. people in jail right now because of it in the past, addictions to meth, alcohol, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
my family
And
too.
this stuff helps, right? And so anyway, it really hits
So
close to home.
the
But
statistics,
Joe
you
Rogan
guys,
ended up sharing this story of how this all came to pass. Let me share that with you guys.
Tell everybody how this happened. I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously.
huge
In
opiate, 5 point
2024,
something
more than
million.
80,000 people died of overdoses.
Yeah.
It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country.
In this
With
country.
one dose of Ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message that came back sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's
No,
do it.
it's not like methadone.
Literally that quick.
It's
These
1 or
drugs
2
are
doses
illegal
tops,
not because they're
and
harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
All right. So we had the Vietnam War going on, and somebody told Richard Nixon, hey, if you make all of these psychedelics illegal, these kids will sign up for the war. Well, that's not what happened. And as he mentioned, for 56 years, we've been demonizing this. Now, again, I'm not talking about taking mushrooms or smoking something in your backyard or going to a concert. This is done with a healthcare professional. It rewires your brain. The mycelium, and anyway, I won't get into the science of all of it, but pretty amazing. All right, the last story I wanted to share
they're
with
saying
you. Sources close to Justice Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas say that they are charged.
So the studies they've done on it, the people who have had, been addicted to a substance, so that have done it once, it's like 88% success rate. And if they've done it twice, it goes up to 90-something% success rate. And that's all you have to do it. It's not something that you depend on, like methadone or Subutex or Suboxone, I think it's called. No, you don't have to continue to take it. So can you imagine? Just imagine for a second a world where addicts could have access to this treatment and be cured. Imagine. How fucking amazing would that be? Just think about it. Because so many people struggle, and yes, some people choose to be addicts. Some people choose that lifestyle. They've been helped many times, but this is different. It rewires their brain. Right, like a miracle drug, exactly. And President Trump signed the executive order right there. And that, my friends, is going to help so many people in the world. Yeah, Donna, supposedly they've done studies on it, and 88% of the people have been cured of addiction. I really want to, go down the rabbit hole and do some research regarding the whole science of it all, because I'm curious, like, how it works, like how it rewires your brain. Because we all aren't just addicts automatically, right? So if those of us who have been dependent on some kind of opiate or meth or whatever else, alcohol, if they could get their brain rewired pre-addiction, how amazing would that be? Kiss my ass. How about that? And then we've got the whole Nick Shirley. Here, I'll tell you what it is, what bill they're trying to pass. These people are just, and they want to talk about Trump being a king or thinking, that he's like a ruler of some kind when they're sitting there trying to take people's voices away from them. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm trying to find where. Hope they don't bullshit like they did with the COVID shot. Only one you need. Yeah, no, that wasn't. It's the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Yep. Why isn't it? Oh, Jillian talked about it. Jillian, one of my favorite people. Okay, so let's just go on.
Welcome back. The fraud fallout continues. You might remember viral videos from Nick Shirley, the independent journalist who helped put a spotlight on fraud nationwide, including California's hospice center fraud. Last week, California Attorney General Rob Bonta took a victory lap, bragging about his state cracking down on massive fraud schemes in Los Angeles.
Operation Skip Trace uncovered and ended a hospice fraud scheme that defrauded Medi-Cal of $267 million. So just to be clear, $250 million. Over. Funds that are paid for by California taxpayers, funds that are meant to provide care to Californians in need. It is unacceptable, it is illegal, and we will not stand for it.
Too little, too late, Mr. Attorney General. Look, we're all for stopping fraud, but at the same time, his
Thank
wife,
you, Robert.
Democrat Assemblywoman Mia Bonta, is pushing a bill
I'm not going to give them attention,
to expose fraud.
I would like to say things,
It's called the Privacy for Immigration Support Service Providers. Critics are calling it, though, the Stop Nick Shirley Act. What would it do? Well, it would let eligible individuals keep their home addresses confidential. It would also ban the sharing of photos or personal information that could lead to any type of harassment or harm online. And it allows victims to seek $4,000 in damages.
So pretty much outwardly covering up their fraud. That's what they're doing. They're saying you can't speak about it, you can't talk about it, you can't put anything online about it, period. Or I could turn around and sue you for $4,000. Bans sharing photos or personal information. Well, if you're defrauding our government, and it's Privacy for Immigration Service Providers, lets eligible people keep home addresses confidential. Victims can seek at least $4,000 in damages.
Violators to fines of up to $10,000 or even
Conan
a year
O'Brien.
in
It kind of
jail
sounds like him.
if you are found in violation of the Privacy for Immigration Support Service Providers. Critics say, though,
These
it could
people.
complicate the on-the-ground investigations, right as California is already dealing with massive fraud scandals. And a lot of those
What do you guys
red
think
flags
about
were brought
this?
to light because people actually went out and looked. Fox News' William LaJeunesse visited a California home health center where the credentials of an 87-year-old doctor were used to bill for 29,000 non-existent patients. Fox News Digital uncovered $3.5 billion in taxpayer losses, over 1,900 hospice providers. That's more than 36 states combined. There were 112 of them at one location, one commercial building, and the average stay in hospice was over 3 months. Right, joining us now is independent journalist Nick Shirley.
Okay, here's Nick
Nick, good to see
talking
you again.
about it.
What do you think? Is this the Stop Nick Shirley Act in California?
Yeah, they're making it
Yep.
They're trying to make it so citizen journalists or just average Americans who are going about seeing what's happening inside their community, they're trying to scare them from talking about potential fraud taking place inside of these communities. And think about it. They're literally willing to impose a $10,000 fine or imprisonment if you go and seek to find out the truth about the location.
They have 4,000,
that could
now it's
potentially be fraudulent
10,000.
inside your own neighborhood.
Nick, let's just kind of play out that hypothetical. So whether you were in Minnesota, you also went to California, you would go up to the Quality Leering Center, a clearly fake daycare in Minnesota. There's your shirt. Yeah, it's always on. And you would attempt to see if there's any children inside, right? And somebody comes out and talks to you. And now that person who's there possibly committing fraud could file a complaint in California that Nick Shirley is harassing me online, right? That's how it would work in effect, and then you would either see a year in jail or $10,000
this is terrible.
fine.
Correct, that's what it sounds like. And it sucks because inside these states like Minnesota and California, they've been proven to let fraud take place inside these immigrant communities.
And Washington, by the way. Hello, you guys have forgotten about us.
And they're trying to protect these people who are committing this fraud. They're stealing millions upon millions of dollars. And it just makes
no wonder we're in such debt.
Who are their donors? Because why would they create this bill to then try and make it harder to expose fraud?
Yeah, that's a great question. Who is funding Mia Bonta's campaigns? Why would she be pushing this bill? Why would she be so threatened by your journalism? Those are actually great questions that we'll do our best to look into. I know you will as well. And
that's such bullshit. How is that?
These viral paleo belly beef sticks are on sale right now for 30 beef sticks for $36. Okay, in California, Democrats are taking heat for a new bill they're pushing that one lawmaker has now dubbed the Stop Nick Shirley Act. Some people are arguing that the proposed legislation effectively criminalizes investigative journalism. GOP Florida Senator and member of the Homeland Security Committee, Ashley Moody, joins me now. Fraud has been a big focus for you when you were AG in Florida, and now that you're a senator here in Washington. Give me your reaction to this. I mean, they're basically saying you can't go out and investigate in the way that Nick Shirley did in Minneapolis.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. A lot of, we're uncovering in these commie criminal havens, let's call them. Their policies have bankrupted their states, and they built that into these structural deficits like California. I think Massachusetts is struggling with deficits. All of these policies that they're implementing don't drive real market-driven prosperity.
Yum.
It wrecks true markets and the ability of a state to thrive, like Florida, right? Compare and contrast. We run a deficit every year. So then they go cry to the federal government, we need all these grants, we need all this money, and they push that money out to these NGOs and other organizations, which grew all kinds of grants, health grants, you name it. You saw some of the stuff coming through COVID, or even green energy during Biden, just pushing out billions and billions of dollars. And then when you have Americans like Nick Shirley showing up and saying, where's my taxpayer money going?
You get it?
You're using so much of it to shield and cover up what you're pushing to, I would say, illegally to illegal immigration or other things. Now they want to cover it up. They want to stop any way of American taxpayer coming in and demanding transparency. They've already been shutting out Congress.
Hi, City of Peace. Nice to see you.
During the Biden administration. And now they're seeing Nick Shirley have some success.
Somalian.
Try and cover up and block anybody like that from coming in. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it does make you wonder, what are you hiding that you have to pass a law?
These
Here's Nick Shirley.
are
Actually, he
delicious,
was
you
just
guys.
on with family and military action. This bill is sort of named after
Hold
him.
on, baby.
So if this passes, the fraud's going to continue to get worse and worse. And if I were to go look into the fraud at one of these NGOs, let's say, that receives money for migrants, I could receive a $4,000 civil fine, a $10,000 criminal fine, or a $50,000 felony. They're basically trying to bankrupt journalists from looking into the fraud.
So, all of us journalists, I've been a journalist since 2006. I know what I can and can't do. I know, where I'm allowed to go, where I'm not allowed to go. And I would think that being on public property the way that Nick Shirley was in Minneapolis is covered by the First Amendment. Does this bill even
They're literally trying to make it so they can keep getting away with fraud. I don't care what side of the aisle
People
you're on.
have the right to talk out and report and talk about things that they see wrong. The real challenge in this law also is that they're saying these nonprofits or employees should never be doxxed. They should never be harassed. They're calling it, protecting these, I'm going to say quote unquote employees. Although if you remember in Minnesota when he was showing up, nobody was there. There were no employees. It was completely a front.
Yes, the Leering Center, Robert. Yep.
Think about the irony in this.
Yeah.
They want to allow
And
harassment and
he's been in
stalking
California
and
lately.
threats against law enforcement, but they want to protect people that are scamming American taxpayers.
Right. That right there should tell people these people are bad. That's enough. No more.
Nonsense that they keep inflicting upon their citizens, and it's why from all of these states they are fleeing.
Good night to you, tall Rob. Thanks for popping in, hon.
We create prosperity among our citizens by good policy.
I'm glad you had a fun day.
We have a state that is attracting folks from New York, from Illinois, from California, from Minnesota, and not just their citizens, their law enforcement personnel that wants to be respected and giving the tools and resources they need to do their jobs. And so I think that as long as you keep having states like California act with a guttural political woke sense in terms of how they're enacting policy, with no understanding for how to balance a budget or their bottom
City of
line,
Peace,
take
yeah.
care
I
of
mean,
actual taxpayers that
they're
are funding
exposing
this,
a lot.
you're going to keep having the mass exodus you're seeing to the states that take their stewardship and
City of
leadership.
Peace, what do you think about the executive order that Trump signed today for Ibogaine to get people off of drugs? There are too many immigrants that hate white people, who hate Christians, who hate the American flag. Not everyone should. I agree with that 100%. And then you're called a racist, okay? But we're supposed to welcome everybody into America who hates our country, who hates everyone in it that doesn't look like them, that hates our rules, that hates our laws, that hates our flag, that hates a lot of our religion. Then why are you here? Get the fuck out. Excuse my language, but that's how I feel. You hate it so much in our country. Why are you here? Because it's obviously better than where you came from, right? So why don't you shut your mouth, leave people alone, and just I would just assume. Now there are beautiful, amazing immigrants, people that want to work hard, that want to give their family a good life, that want to give their children a good life, that want to contribute to society. But the ones that just come here and are a drain on our society, and a bunch of liberals think that we should just welcome that. Like I said yesterday, I'm sorry that I don't enjoy getting up at almost 58 years old, going to work every single day, busting my ass, in pain every single day, trying to contribute to retirement. And then even when I do retire, I'm going to barely be able to make it. But we're supposed to just hand over all of our hard-earned cash to these people. Hell no. That's right, Robert. And they don't want to assimilate to our way. But if we go to another country, are we going to go there and expect them to be who we are? Are we going to expect them to have our same beliefs and push that on them? Nobody would put up with that, but America's supposed to. America, we're supposed to let them do whatever they want because why? Hey, Big D. Our country is so great. Even the people that hate it here want to come. Exactly, Spooky. I like your name. Yeah, they want to come here. And Ilhan Omar, that psycho bitch, she has flags in her office. She does not have our flag. She hates our country. And I saw a podcast where they played an old video that she was in a meeting, like a Teamsters type meeting thing. And she was talking about, what was she talking about? That she used to be in like a regime type group. What? They love USA resources but hate our nation. Those folks need to be. Thank you, City of Peace. But come on, you racist. That's so racist, City of Peace. I mean, how is that racist? Let's go back and listen to all of the clips, all of the speeches that Obama, Clinton, Bush, all of them gave. So what changed, you guys, between Obama, Bush, Clinton, and Biden? What changed there? What was the thing that made us completely flip? Not us, not me, but that side. What made them completely, it's called indoctrination. That's what they've been working on. That's what they've been doing all of this time. And those of you who don't believe that all these people that go out for No King's Day and all that shit, the majority of them, well, how it gets started is paid protesters. That's who they get bussed in. How do you think they all get the same, whatever it's called, the things that they bring there? I mean, that one family was hitting Savannah, that reporter, with dildos, you guys. That's right, Iman. That's why they hate him. They all loved him before he became president, though, did they not? They all loved him. And the reason I trust him, you guys, is because I've listened to him back in the day. He interviewed with Oprah Winfrey. I don't like her. She's bad. But he interviewed with her back in the day, and she asked him, do you ever think you'll become president, or are you ever going to run for president? And he said, I don't want to, but if I feel that I need to, I will. And our country got to a point that we were this close to losing it. Stop. No. Hi, Judge. Oh, Judge says, hi, Sosa. Hi, Bubba's. I'm going to see if the ice pack is ready. Hold on, guys. Sosa, you've had enough. No more. Okay? You're done. Why do you keep getting sleepies in your eyes? Come here. No, you're not getting anything else. Go lay down. Can I have some time to myself, please? Can you just let Grandma be for a few, please? Sosa, no. Okay, I'm going to have to put my shirt between it because it will be definitely too cold. Sosa, go lay down, please. Go lay down, please. Sos, go. Go lay down. Go lay down. I'm not giving you anything else. Go lay down. No. Ow. God, my back hurts. Sorry, you guys. I gotta get this back brace on real quick. Ow. So you gotta leave me alone. Oh, jeez Louise. It's been a little... The mornings are the absolute worst, I'll tell you that. The mornings are really hard. I think my next adjustment is on Monday, I think. I want an ice cream. I'm not too crazy about the Bueno ones, you guys. I like the Kinder ones better. The Kinder ones are much better. Oh, don't come off. Please, 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 please. Yeah, the Bueno ones, I am not, they're not as good as the Kinder ones. Sosa, go lay down. Damn it, it just came off. Go. Go lay down, please. Oh my God, he just wants to eat and eat and eat. It drives me nuts. Go lay down, please. So sad. Go lay down. Go. I'm gonna put you in the bedroom. Go. Go lay down. Go. I made him some lamb last night. Go lay down. What? Go. See, I like the top part on the Kinder ones better. Mm-hmm. I do. Washington is terrible. I take them on walks all the time. Check the ingredients. I'm scared. It's good. Does not look good. I know. This is my weakness, you guys. Ice cream. Donna, I know. But I would advise getting, this says Kinder Bueno, but these are called Buenos, but there's ones that are called Kinder, and they're better. And now they've got, it shows on the box that they're going to be making them in the pints too. Oh my gosh. These are so good. But yeah, Washington State is just a hellhole, you guys. I know. I'm going to get it. You're killing me, City of Peace. Hold on. I'm scared to look at the ingredients. Come on, don't do this to me. Okay, there's a lot of ingredients. Oh, you do? Hi, Karen. How are you? Oh my gosh. So it's got saturated fat 6 grams, total fat 13 grams, trans fat 0, cholesterol, sodium 45 milligrams or 2%, dietary fiber 1 gram, total sugar 16 gram, included added sugars 12 gram, protein 4 gram, calcium 110 milligram, iron 0.5 milligram, potassium 210 milligram. Aww, it was beautiful here too. I'm glad you had a nice day, honey. Oh gosh, bioengineering. I heard that they were going to start having to put that on stuff, right? I don't see it. Mm-mm. Um, but it does say frozen dairy dessert. It doesn't say ice cream. I think that's what now that I think about it, that's what I remember someone saying, that technically it's not ice cream. And that's why they're putting frozen dairy dessert on all the ice cream containers, because technically it's not real ice cream. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't say, what was it I was looking for? Really? Aldi has good ice cream? So it's not healthy, it's fake ice cream. Exactly. What's it, what bioengineered you're saying? I don't see that. But I think that's what it means. I think that's why they're putting that. That it's a dessert, not ice cream. Exactly. I just noticed that. Ew. Yikes. This is scary, you guys. Let's see what Haagen-Dazs says. Haagen-Dazs says ice cream. Let's see. Let's see what my Snickers say. No, 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 no. Ice cream bar. Ooh, this says ice cream bar. My Snickers says ice cream. Oh my goodness. And I just bought that, so that's one's got to be okay, eh? It doesn't say frozen dairy dessert. Ow. You want ice cream, not frozen dessert. Snickers has bioengineering food ingredient. Does it say it on there? Oh my gosh. You guys, I have a sickness, okay? Look at this. Listen, and I opened 2 boxes and put them in the tray in there so I can just grab one and I don't have to open it. But these were on sale for $2.99 when they're normally $6.99. And as much as I eat these, Karen, as much as I eat these things, I can have 3 in a night. It's terrible. Okay, let's see what it says. Contains, oh, no, contains bioengineered food ingredients. There's the proof right there, guys. It says it right there. It's right there. Oh, no. No. What's carrageenan? Oh, no. Oh, no, you guys. And this, my friends, is why we're all well, not all of us, Karen and City of Peace and Robert probably and Judge, I'm sure you guys are healthy. Ice cream is just milk, a little sweetener, and vanilla extract. Well, this, no wonder America's got the most unhealthy freaking people. I can't throw these away. Throw it out. I'm okay. So Sosa got up to come and comfort me. So I have to throw all these away. What do you think about that? Grandma has to throw all of these out. What the? But then, okay, I want to know this. So they're doing false advertisement. Look what it says right here. 100% real ice cream. This is false advertisement. You guys. American food is poison. Chemists make it. Yes, I agree. Sosa's knocking on the pantry door, so I'll give him something. God dang it. Hold on. Now I'm looking at everything, you guys. I did buy this to eat. Let me see if it says anything about bioengineered. Let's just go through my cupboards, okay? Honey, hold on a second. Source of good protein. Path of life. It's sun-dried tomato pesto chicken skillet. Ooh, that sounds good. It's supposed to be healthy, but I was looking to see if I saw anything that says trademark of Beyond Celiac used under license. Sosa, what do you want? I don't see anything on here that says less ingredients, but where do you find anything that has less ingredients? Look at that ingredients, you guys. Look at all of that right here. It has all of that. Yep, full of chemicals. What do you eat? You guys help me learn. Teach me. Sosa, I can't keep giving you stuff, buddy. I can't. What do you want? I mean, what do you eat, you guys? Tell me. What do you eat? I don't have time to cook for myself all the time. What? Oh my God, you're killing me, Sosa. Karen, give me a good menu, you guys. City of Peace, you guys help me. What do you want? Oh my gosh. Sosa. Oh, you want sardines? Is that what you want? I heard somebody say their dog had nasal cancer. And I've noticed Sosa's been snorting a lot. Like, I'm wondering if he's got something wrong with him. Okay, what about these pretzels? Oh my gosh. Look at... Contains bioengineered food ingredient. Everything is shit. Okay, what are the ingredients in this? Oh my gosh. Oh, whole grain rolled oats, flaxseed, salt, sugar, molasses, maple syrup. I don't know what that other thing's called. So what do you want? I need to take some of my buckwheat honey here. Honey, what do you want, Sos? Buddy? What do you want? Oh my gosh, and these? I love these. But look at the ingredients in this. It says gluten-free, no artificial flavors, vegan, beyond celiac, made in the USA. But then look at all those ingredients. What do you want, babe? It's depressing. I would love that, Karen. Come on. That's what you should do. Oh my gosh, there'd be so many people that you should open a business like that. You could make a TV show. You could literally go to people's houses, help them clear out their cupboards, and go buy healthy things. National food chain is designed to kill us, really. Go to a farmer's market. Organic fruits and vegetables, grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken. The Amish community, yes. Buckwheat, honey, fresh fruits, anything organic. Tricky advertising. Yeah, I was buying, but then my son's like, Mom, it doesn't taste as good for a burger. But I was buying only the grass-fed beef hamburgers. Sosa, there's nothing up here, buddy. Oh my gosh, you know what I ate last night? You guys, I ate a cup of noodle last night. Watch out. I haven't had a cup of noodle in I don't know how long. I ate a cup of noodle last night. That's terrible. No wonder I don't feel good all the time. I want some cheese and... Go. Go lay down. I need to make a list. Honey Crisp apple is the best one. What do you guys think that Bongdani is going to do with those grocery stores? What do you think he's going to do, you guys? The 5 that he's going to open? That's going to take him $30 million each, right? What do you think he's going to own? Because it's supposed to be like a free grocery store, right? Do you think he's going to only have certain types of things? Like when I was younger, my mom was on welfare and she had, you know, they had the basic staple stuff. It was government cheese, and the milk was that powdered milk. Ugh, God, it was disgusting. You have 3 apple trees? Oh my gosh, Karen, that's awesome. Broccoli, corn, cheese, salmon, rice, pinto beans, apples, Smucker's peanut butter, gluten-free waffles. I make with gluten. You make them? You home make them? Stop it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow. Oh my goodness. So, you guys, he won't leave me alone. Oh yeah, and I like this granola. I thought it was probably a good granola, right? This is like $6.99 for a bag of granola. And let's see what this says. Hold on, baby. I mean, okay. Ingredients, pretty basic. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. Do you guys think? You think this is okay? Those oats will raise your blood sugar like crazy. Really? Nobody cares about New York. It's a dump. Wealthy people and businesses are leaving. I cook salmon in my air fryer with oil. Ooh. Oh, Donna, I love spices too. Oh my gosh. Anything spices. Ugh. Karen, you'd probably throw everything out in my kitchen. Everything. Oh my gosh. So wants some sardines. Hold on. Okay, this is it tonight. So don't ask for anything else. Do you understand? No asking for anything else. You're only getting this and that's it. Got it? After this, you go to bed. Okay? Oh no, I still have to take him on his nighttime walk. Shit. Hold on, baby. Is this what you want? Sardines? Come on. Come here. You want sardines? Hold on, babies. Ever since I've been giving him that joint stuff, until he was playing with my son the other day at the park, he stopped limping and everything. He wasn't limping when he got up from his naps anymore. And then he bit it when him and my son were playing. And now he's limping again. And I'm worried he won't recover this time. Okay, that's all. Hold on. I'm worried he's not going to recover this time because it took quite a while last time, you know? And he was doing so well. And then, lo and behold, he got injured again. Well, not injured, but he hurt himself. Okay, babe, go lay down, honey. I do like yogurt and granola. I do eat that, a yogurt and granola. Go lay down, bub. Go lay down. Alright. Oh my gosh, so's gone. Leave me alone. No more. Stop. No. Go play. Go get your ball. Go. Go on. Go on. I think he eats when he's bored. I think he wants to eat when he's bored, you know, like many of us. Okay, go to bed. All done. Bella needs to stop vaping and drinking Red Bull. I've gotten so much better on my Red Bull. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I've been doing much better. And I've been doing better with vaping too. Maybe he is in pain and he can't relax. Arthritis. He relaxes, believe me. He takes up my whole bed, and I think that's why my back's all screwed up because I have this little area to just lay on my side, and he's all on his back, sprawled out. What is the first thing you put in your system when you wake up? Probably coffee. But in my defense, I have it in my coffee cup. I bring it to work, and it sits there for hours before I touch it. So, but coffee, I would say, would be the first thing. And then I don't really eat much at work. I might have like a little Bella Vita little thing or something, but hello guys. You love sardines? I like smoked oysters. Smoked oysters are good. Find someone in your community that eats a healthy lifestyle. I have an air fryer. Donna, I should use that. When you wake up, drink water first, then take 1 spoon of buckwheat. Oh, in the morning, coffee has antioxidants like dark chocolate. You know, and I do only have 1 coffee a day, and it takes me all day to drink that coffee. So coffee isn't, and then sometimes I'll have a Red Bull in the evening. Stop. You're done. No more. I got him these bones, marrow bones, 2 of them, $21 for 2 bones. He didn't eat either of them. He let it sit out, so I had to throw it away. I don't know how long marrow is good out. Does anyone know? Yes, so water, if you drink water in the morning, it's good for your system. City of Peace. You guys, I got to do something for my health because I'm going downhill. It's like today I had off and I took him for his morning walk, but it was around 11. And then I came back and literally laid in bed and fell asleep because my body is so tired and hurts so much. And I just don't know. I mean, I am going to the chiropractor, trying to get this leg thing figured out, you know, with my back. But it's all I can do is to get up and go to work and come home. It's like I'm exhausted. And I don't feel like I should be at my age. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, that's for sure, but I don't feel like I should be as exhausted as I am, you know? So there's got to be something I can do for it. Okay. I only drink a 12-cup pot and a half of coffee every day and have for over... You have for 58 years, Robert? I have had my labs taken. I did it for work, actually, but I think they only checked for specific things. I do have high cholesterol a little bit, it said, but that's the only thing that, and I don't know, I mean, I'm not very smart when it comes to this stuff, so don't make fun of me, but I don't know what causes high cholesterol, so... My daughter told me, and she was on my ass about sugar. And she's like, Mom, I wouldn't be surprised if you're diabetic. And I'm like, it doesn't say I'm diabetic, so. Remember, I'm Navy and we, yeah, you survived on coffee. Yep. Thyroid checks. Do they do that, Karen, automatically with your blood work? Or do you have to ask for that to be done? I don't think my son's coming back tonight. Doesn't seem like it. I haven't heard from him, so that man I told you about who offered to get a massage for me, he's like, book it, I'll pay for it. I'm like, I cannot accept that. And he invited us. He's going to be out watching his brother's dog. And I guess he lives on like 5 acres, his brother does. And he invited me and Sosa out there so Sosa could run and play. And I guess there's like a fire pit and stuff. But I'm kind of torn because I feel like, I mean, he's a resident of mine. And I don't know if that's a good idea, you know? And especially when he said, I'll give you a massage. He's like, I give good massages. I said, I'm sure you would. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he's a very friendly man. He's harmless, but I just don't know if I should go out there. I know Sosa would love it. I don't know. Dude has a crush on you. Everybody says that around here. Then, okay, water first, then, okay, I'm doing it, City of Peace. I don't think they automatically do until you get a little older and start having symptoms, and you can always. Okay, so I'll request for my thyroid to be checked. I think my hormone levels need to be checked. I'm diabetic and have a complete blood workup every 4 months. Is it okay, Robert? Are you doing good? But the more and more I think about it, the more and more I really think I am going to follow my daughter to Tennessee. It's not going to be right away because I need to save some money. And I need to make sure I have employment lined up, you know. But I think I'd be a lot happier if I get out of this state. This state is just depressing. Granted, it's beautiful. There's lots to do here. You know, it's beautiful here, but I feel like it's being destroyed, really. And Tennessee, I've never lived anywhere else. So it's going to be weird. I know my state pretty damn well. And, well, I mean, parts of it. It's going to be really weird to live in a completely another state. But I'm just going to do it. You know, I can always move back if for some reason it doesn't work out. But the price of living is just, I'll never own anything here. I think that would be great if you could go with your daughter. Yeah, I will follow them out there. They're gonna go, they're packing up, they bought a trailer to haul everything, and they're gonna go out there. They tried talking to banks and stuff to get a home loan, but because they're from another state and they don't live there, something about not being able to get a loan because they're from another state. I can't remember how my son-in-law explained it to me, but because I was working while he was telling me it, and I was kind of listening and kind of not. So he was saying something about they have to move there and rent for a while and then buy a home. I mean, they're only 25 and 26, so they got this. They can do this. They're gonna go, just drive there. He's like, yeah, it's a little scary, but he has some connections for the plumbing, you know, job and stuff. And they're gonna find a place. They're gonna stay in a hotel for a while. They have money saved up, and then they're gonna rent. They're gonna find a place, rent, and then after they've lived there for a little while, they're gonna purchase a home. Hi, Bluebell. Nice to see you. The doc keeps telling me I need to bring my A1C down more, but that's about all. Well, you better listen to your doctor, Robert. And I would love to go with them at the same time, but I'm not in the position to be able to leave yet. I don't have any money saved, and I have to look for employment over there. So I think I will come out the following year. And it's funny because when I started this job, it's funny how things work out. I said I'll plan on staying about 3 years. Well, it's been 2 now, and I was just going to say that I would probably head out to Tennessee after about a year. And yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Follow my heart. We moved from Oregon to Colorado. I quit working and retired, and it was really scary. We stayed there for 3 years until my husband found work back in Oregon again. Oh, so you're in Oregon, Karen? Yeah, that it is scary to completely move, right? But now it seems like you have a beautiful place with a beautiful garden. I just want it. I don't need a lot. I'm pretty low maintenance. I would 1 acre with a little house, or I don't even care if it's a manufactured home, but I would want it to be a newer nice one. And I figure wherever I go, it's probably going to be the last place I live. So, that's probably where I will spend my last days, you know. So, I don't know. It's scary, but what can you do? I just can't be in a completely another state from my grandkids and my daughter. You know, I cannot not be there. And watch them grow up. There's just no way. And I'm trying to talk my son into moving as well. But he'll probably want to stay here where his dad is, I'm sure. Hello, Max Kez. How are you? I'm doing all right, you guys. Yes, we're in the very north of Oregon. We have an acre. See, yeah. Just an acre. I don't need more than that. And then, you know, if I end up meeting Mr. Right at some point, he can take care of the yard, the property for me. Just kidding. Hey, I'll clean and cook and you take care of the outside. That's sounds fair to me. I do like mowing, weeding. It's very therapeutic. So I would love to have a little piece of property to take care of. But, you know, what do? Wherever I'm supposed to be, God will tell me. Yes, we're in the very, I already read that. What is, Karen, is Oregon, how do I say this? Has Oregon gone to shit? Like Washington? We were thinking of moving to Idaho, but then my daughter looked into it and she said now the cost of living there is very expensive. It's getting there and very overpopulated because everybody is leaving these other places going to Idaho. So my baby, I still have to take him out on his little nighttime walkie poo, you guys. See him? See my baby? So. Are you cute, Sos? Sos is so cute. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to jump off of here. But it's a great thing what they're trying to do for the people who are addicted. Oh, we haven't read our book in a while, you guys. We haven't read this. I want to read a little bit. Some people love it, some people don't. So if you don't, I understand. Yes, the populated areas have gone to shit. So you're out away from everybody. That's what I want. I've noticed the older I get, you guys, the less I want to be around people. Whenever I take Sosa out on his walks, we went down to the park back in the woods today. And it's like this guy and girl were like, they weren't following us, but it was like they were like right behind. And I'm like, can I ever go anywhere and not have people there? Never. Like, there's always got to be people around, and it drives me nuts. And I mean, I like people, but when I want to be around them, you know, it's like I want to make the choice when I want to be around them. If I could find some kind of job where I could do it from home, that would be amazing because I would be in heaven. Where I didn't have to be in an office all day long and deal with people. I mean, the people, my residents, though, are very, very sweet. Withdrawal can be a burnout. It's overpopulated thanks to Sleepy Joe. Yeah. You're right along the Oregon coast. Nice, Karen. Wow. That would be so awesome. Maybe someday, maybe someday I never thought I'd live in an apartment in my life, ever. I lived in an apartment when I was 19 years old. And that was the last apartment I ever lived in. I've always lived in a house, and it's just not, it's not my thing. I don't like living in an apartment at all. But I'm going to say I feel blessed. I have a place to live, and I'm not on the street, you know. I feel blessed, so I'm not going to complain about it. My cat and 3 dogs remind me every day that I don't need people. Exactly, Robert. Yeah. I've been around people enough in my life for a lifetime, I think. And if I can make money at home, that would be amazing. But that's not going to happen. So I understand when I was working full time, sitting at my desk, I would actually get home. So yeah. I just hate being there, and people in and out of the office all day, and phone calls and emails and vendors, and it's just applications and interviews and recertifications and invoices, and it's so much, you know, contracts, and I manage 2 properties, so it's absurd that they're doing this. It's absurd that they put me with 2 properties, especially the one that I manage. That one needs a manager full time, Monday through Friday. They expect me to do a great job and manage that property on part-time hours, because I'm part-time at one property and part-time at another property. But that property is a nightmare. It's completely different from a senior property. You know, that's a family property. And it's so different from a senior property. Yes, property management. People can complain and drink. Yeah. Dogs are the best. But yeah, and then you've got, you know, the tax credit and RD side of things to deal with, and the people that don't want to pay their rent or don't show up for their recertifications, and you have to track them down, or you have to type up a 30-day lease, you know, have to type up a 30-day pay or vacate, or a lease violation, or a blah 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 blah, and a blah 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 blah. And then they whine that, or they'll just lie straight to your face. That pisses me off. It's like, you know, we have this one gal, she pays $133 in rent, right? She has 4 or 5 kids. She gets like $1,000-something in food stamps. And she hasn't paid her rent in a few months. And I'm like, why aren't you paying your rent? And then she'll say, okay, I'll be there to pay it. And then she's putting furniture out on her back porch and leaving it there. And she's leaving garbage bags full of garbage on her front porch. And so I'm constantly having to go to her saying, do not leave garbage on your front porch. It attracts rats. Stop doing it. And don't leave your furniture on the back porch. Couches and tables and shit. It's like animals live up in there. Get rid of it. Well, I don't have anybody to get rid of. So I said, okay, I'll have my maintenance guy take the Sawzall to it, and I'm billing you for it. Like, it's not our responsibility to get rid of your furniture. These people just feel so entitled, and it's so frustrating. It's like, hey, keep this up. I mean, my old manager said she should have been gone a long time ago. But, then I have a heart and I feel bad because of the kids. But I'm slowly starting to not. Because then I'm thinking, maybe, just maybe, this is what she needs. She never has to be accountable for anything. You going through the motions and coping. It is cheap because she doesn't do anything. She doesn't even take care of her own children. She doesn't work. She doesn't do anything. You're going through. Some people will always be trash. These people sound. No, they're not black. Why would they sound black, Eman? Why would you say that? Because you're very capable and competent in your job. They're taking advantage of you. That's when you get burned out. It happens very quickly. And I am burned out, Karen. And I'm gonna have to evict her. And my boss I have now told me, you gotta get meaner. She's like, she goes, if all of your residents like you, something's not right. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Like, you can do your job and have your residents like you, but at the same time, she's right. I've always been a doormat my whole life, so this job, if nothing else, is teaching me to speak up, and yeah. Being too nice is never a good thing. That's how people do. Yep. You're right. And that's how I've been my entire life. But I'm learning at 58 years, almost 58 years old. Okay, you guys, put a 1 in the chat if you want to read for a few minutes. If you want to read a little bit of our book. If you don't, then I'll just go. I have my colonoscopy on the 30th of April. When's my mammogram? Oh, I changed it to May. Donna wants to. Karen wants to. Okay, so we're going to read Nobody's Girl, you guys. Okay, and the funny part is I'm going to start reading. Okay. Pinch him harder, Maxwell said, as Epstein moaned. So I did. Okay, you guys, this is a little rated R, okay? I'll listen while I'm falling asleep. Good night. Good night, Karen. Thanks for coming in, honey. It's nice seeing you, and thank you for your advice. I can always use advice. I may be in a woman's body, and I may be a woman in certain areas, but I'm still got a mind of a little girl at times. Yeah, it is spicy. Okay. She says, go down on him, she said. I did that too. Eventually, Maxwell ordered me to straddle Epstein so he could penetrate me. I'm blushing. Okay. Again, I obeyed. Once he finished, I was told to bring him 2 warm washcloths to clean him up. Then Epstein led the way to the steam room where he told me to rub his feet. As I did so, kneeling before him, he lectured me about the history of sweat lodges and how opening the pores allows toxins to leave the body. It was important to make healthy decisions, he said, adding, I can teach you so many things. From the first meeting, Epstein wanted me to regard him as a mentor, not a predator. Next, we entered the shower, where Maxwell instructed me to wash Epstein with soap and a loofah. Again, I obeyed. Epstein told me to shampoo his hair and massage his scalp. I did. She's a keeper, he told Maxwell, appraising me as if I weren't there. When Maxwell left the bathroom, Epstein had me take a towel from a heated rack and pat him dry. I did so, shivering a little in my own nakedness. Finally, he pulled on a pair of sweatpants, and I put my Mar-a-Lago uniform back on and wiped smudges of mascara from under my eyes. Epstein then led me down a black stairway to the kitchen, where Maxwell waited. I remember the gleaming stainless steel appliances and the black and white checkerboard floor. That's very popular with those people, isn't it? The black and white checkerboard. I had neighbors throw dirty diapers over the fence, dump trash behind my house, have loud outdoor gatherings at 2 a.m., smoking, fighting, and you realize that you don't need or want neighbors. Yes! Well, these people, the same people I was talking about, had the police called on her. See, I'm not on that property 24/7. I don't live there. So I have to hear it from other people. And the police were there, and she fights with her daughter. And she calls her daughter a whore and a slut. And her daughter's like 16 years old. And it's like she's doing nothing to try to better her daughter. Okay. Okay, the checkerboard floor. Where are we? When she handed Epstein a black leather duffel bag, he pulled out $200 bills and pushed them across the counter toward me. "This is probably what you make in a week at that spa," he said. He and Maxwell smiled knowingly at each other as if this were funny. "You did great," Maxwell told me, almost cooing. "She said I had strong hands, good instincts, and such huge potential. You're a natural. Who knows where this could lead?" She reached for a pen and paper. "Can you come back tomorrow?" She asked for my cell phone number, but I didn't have one. I recited my work number. And then the butler, Juan Alessi, the same man who'd been driving Maxwell when she first spotted me at Mar-a-Lago, led me out the driveway, where I climbed into the front passenger seat of a shiny black Chevy Suburban. Only after buckling my seat did I begin to return to myself. Having escaped from an imminent threat, my brain came back online, but all I wanted to do was scream. During the half-hour drive inland to Loxahatchee, Alessi and I didn't speak. If I opened my mouth, I just knew I'd start sobbing. So I clamped my lips shut. I didn't know then what a therapist would tell me a decade later, that when children are abused by people they love, as I had been by my father, they start to believe that love and pain, love and betrayal, love and violation all go together. I didn't know that abuse victims struggle to see red flags because they've become desensitized to inappropriate behavior. I didn't know that a common coping mechanism during sexual abuse is to distance oneself from what is happening in the moment, to split into parts: the obedient body and the walled-off mind. All I knew as the black Suburban headed west was that I felt gutted, as if someone had reached down my throat and scraped out my insides with a silver spoon. When the butler dropped me off at Rackley Road, I went into my parents' house, not the trailer Michael and I shared. I'd built the job interview up so much that I knew Mom and Dad would expect to hear how it had gone. Given the state I was in, however, I kept the conversation short. I get flushed when I'm upset, so as I ticked off what I'd learned, push the blood away from my heart. Always be consistent with a firm, warm touch. I sensed Mom noticing my reddened face and neck. So before she could ask questions, I pleaded exhaustion and excused myself to take a shower. For what seemed like an hour, I sat on the wet tile floor and let my tears mix with the hot water pounding my skin. So begins the period of my life that has been dissected and analyzed more than any other. I don't enjoy repeating this story It hurts to relive what I did and what was done to me. What's more, as I describe the I can't say this word. Transgression by transgression. I know the word. It won't come off of my tongue for some reason. Okay. I worry that the awful details distract from a broader truth. Yes, I was sexually abused. My body was used in ways that did enormous damage to me. But the worst things Epstein and Maxwell did to me weren't physical, but psychological. From the start, they manipulated me into participating in behaviors that ate away at me, eroding my ability to comprehend reality and preventing me from defending myself. From the start, I was groomed to be complicit in my own devastation. Of all the terrible wounds they inflicted, that forced complicity was the most destructive. I was about to spend more than 2 years in Epstein and Maxwell's orbit. My job? To do whatever they asked whenever they asked it. There were no bars on the windows or locks on the doors. But I was a prisoner trapped inside an invisible cage. Epstein Bible classes. What is this? Polka Happy Steve? This is called Nobody's Girl. It's about Virginia Giuffre, one of Epstein's victims. Tapping a crooked vein. After dinner in Perth, Australia, I'm biding my time in my favorite local shopping mall, which stays open late on Thursday nights. Our 12-year-old daughter, Ellie, who is already taller than me and still growing, needs new clothes. Mama, do you think these will fit me? She asks, holding up a pair of black cargo pants. Having weathered the taunts of 2 older brothers her entire life, Ellie often presents as a tomboy, athletic, capable, unafraid. Just a moment ago, she turned our shopping cart into a race car, first sprinting to get momentum, then jumping aboard with both feet on the back axle, grinning as if she flew across the mall's main rotunda. Now we are in a boutique that caters to tweens. When we first walked in, I spotted an orange sundress that I knew would look wonderful on her. But when I said so, she shook her head and scowled like I was out of my mind. I didn't push it. That never works with Ellie. So it makes me happy when I see her circle back, checking out the dress again. She's already picked out 2 pairs of pants and an oversized Guns N' Roses t-shirt. But I can see her considering whether maybe a pretty sundress wouldn't be so bad after all. Without looking at me, she adds it to her growing pile and moves to the next rack. After a few more minutes, our cart is full to overflowing. You ready, Ellie? I ask. She nods, blazing our trail to the checkout line. That's when I see the display of oversized orange and yellow striped beach towels. I know I shouldn't, but I can't resist. I grab 6 of them and head to the cash register, even though I can predict how exasperated my husband will be when we get home. I swear I've read this already. Since becoming a mom, I've developed a near addiction to buying crisp new sheets, pillowcases, and towels. I could say what motivates me is the simple desire to feather my family's nest, to make my kids feel cozy and loved. But Robbie believes there's something else at work too, something so powerful that I'll risk him rolling his eyes and bellowing, Jenna, no! We have enough towels in this house to keep an army dry. Whenever he protests like this, I always promise to do a quick closet cleanse. As Robbie sighs, resigned. I understand his frustration, but it can't be helped. My perpetual need to fill our home with new, fresh things is driven by a feeling I can't shake. Even after all this time, I remember how dirty I once felt. I will do anything to make my world feel clean. So many young women, myself included, have been criticized for returning to Epstein's lair, even after we knew what he wanted from us. How can you complain about being abused, some have asked, when you could so easily have stayed away? If you didn't like feeling dirty, you could simply have never gone back. But that stance wrongly discounts what many of us had been through before we encountered Epstein, as well as how good he was at spotting girls whose wounds made them vulnerable to him. Several of us had been molested or AR'd as children. Many of us were poor or even homeless. Before meeting Epstein, one of his victims had watched her father beat an 8-year-old boy to death. Another was present when her boyfriend killed himself. We were girls who no one cared about, and Epstein pretended to care. At times, I think he even believed he cared. A master manipulator who excelled at divining the desires of others. He threw what looked like a lifeline to girls who were drowning, girls who had nothing, girls who wished to be and do better. If they wanted to be dancers, he offered dance lessons. If they aspired to be actors, he said he'd help them get roles. If they said the only thing they yearned to do was paint, he bought them canvases and introduced them to key people in the art world. And then he did his worst to them. When I met Epstein just before my 17th birthday, all I wanted was to learn a new skill that would give me the means to live an independent life. At least that's what I told myself. With hindsight, though, the grown-up me can see that the teenage me also wanted something else. What had Epstein said that first night? That I was a keeper? But now you know how long I'd hoped to hear the words like those and to believe I was worth keeping. Every time I went to Epstein's mansion in those early days, he or Maxwell would pay me, peeling $200 or sometimes $300 off a huge stack in his black duffel bag. But money wasn't the only thing that lured me into their twisted world. For so many years, I had been sexualized against my will and had survived my acquiescing. Even as a girl on the precipice of womanhood, I was a pleaser. Even the pleasing others cost me dearly. For 10 years, men had cloaked their abuse of me in fake mantle of love. Epstein and Maxwell knew just how to tap into that same crooked vein. The day after my job interview, I did as Maxwell requested and returned to the pink house behind the high wall. On this, my second visit to El Brillo Way, I again followed Maxwell up the pink stairs, around the king-size bed, and into the room with the green massage table. Again, Epstein was lying there naked. Again, Maxwell walked me through the steps that a professional masseuse might follow. And again, after a few minutes, Epstein, who had a thick gray head of hair and a long face that reminded some people of the fashion designer Ralph Lauren and others of actor Richard Gere, rolled over, and the massage turned into sex. You may wonder why the two of them kept up the pretense of a massage lesson at all. Why didn't they take me straight to the bedroom? I think this charade was meant to keep me off balance. Hadn't I said I wanted to learn this skill? But also, abusing me in a therapeutic setting jived with how Epstein thought about sex. He would soon explain that he needed to climax at least 3 times a day. It was a biological imperative, he said, like breathing or eating. For him, sex wasn't connected to intimacy or love. It was a purely physical release. Epstein viewed sex almost as a procedure, one that he preferred to be performed by noble young girls like me. Nubile. It is so sad. Nubile. Can you keep me away from family abuse? The story about how, the stories about Jared, that Subway guy? Is that what you're talking about? My second visit to the pink house differed from the first, however, because this time Maxwell and Epstein formally appointed themselves my sexual tutors. Much like Ron Eppinger had when I was his captive, they stressed the importance of learning what men liked and said this was the beginning of my training period. If I performed oral sex on Epstein, for example, he would tell me to slow down. You want to bring me to an orgasm, not just give him an orgasm. He corrected. Maxwell cautioned that no man wanted a woman to talk during foreplay. Asking, "How do you like this?" is okay, she said, but you should mostly be quiet. Afterward, Maxwell joined Epstein and me in the steam room. As Epstein talked about himself, he was a successful financial manager who used his talents to benefit only the most select clients, he said. Maxwell ordered me to massage her feet and legs. I knelt before her and obeyed. Apparently, Epstein wasn't my only responsibility. I had to meet Maxwell's needs too. Okay, how many more pages? Oh, you guys. Oh, we can finish this one. A day later, Maxwell called me at Mar-a-Lago. "We need you to come tonight again," she said, her voice more curt than before. Having successfully recruited me, Maxwell had turned off the charm. I said I'd be there, and a few hours later, Dad dropped me off at the house. The butler took me into the kitchen and offered me a drink and some fruit that was prettily arranged on a small plate. I was starving, so I sat down and I was about to take a bite when Maxwell appeared, shooting me a cold look. I jumped up as if I'd had my hand in the cookie jar. "I've got plans, so you're on your own tonight," Maxwell said. "Jeffrey is waiting upstairs. Don't disappoint him." My skin prickled with nervousness as I climbed the spiral stairway by myself for the first time. Maxwell hadn't protected me from Epstein, far from it. But without her there, I'd be alone with him, and that felt scary. My senses were heightened. I could smell the cleaning fluids the housekeeper used. The light in the house was turning golden as the sun set, and I allowed myself to look more closely at the photos displayed on the walls. There were so many of them, topless girls, bottomless girls, girls with shy expressions, girls from the back, their faces obscured. In the massage room, Epstein was face down, as usual. He turned and gestured toward a schoolgirl outfit, pleated skirt, white starched button-down, knee socks, and told me to put it on. "Leave your underwear off," he said. I did. Then had sex with him as he demanded. On this day, he continued to critique my performance. Stop, he told me more than once. "That's not how we taught you to do it. Start all over again." He also ordered me to seem more into it. Men liked it when women appeared to love sex, he said. In that area, I needed to do better. "Relax," he demanded, and I tried to comply. A half hour later, our session complete, I again bathed Epstein with 2 warm washcloths. From that point on, when Epstein and Maxwell were in Florida, I was a daily presence at El Brillo Way. Some days, Epstein and I were alone in the massage room. Other days, Maxwell joined us, or another young woman, a brunette named Sarah Kellen, who was introduced to me as Epstein's assistant. Epstein liked to watch women together, so sometimes he ordered me to have sex with Maxwell or Kellen. I had never had a sexual experience with a woman, but I soon found forced sex with women was less threatening than with men. I didn't look forward to it, but it was less intrusive and therefore less terrifying. Little by little, I was welcomed into the sorority of Epstein girls. One day, for example, Maxwell led me upstairs as usual, but then turned left away from the massage room to a yellow guest room where Emmy Taylor, Maxwell's blonde, blue-eyed personal assistant, stayed. Taylor, a Brit, whom Maxwell jokingly referred to as her slave, was already there, smoking a cigarette on the balcony. By then I knew Epstein hated cigarettes. Like drugs and alcohol, which he also shunned, he saw tobacco as a poison and forbade it in the house. But here Taylor stood, puffing away, and Maxwell now joined her, lighting up and taking a long drag. When the women offered me a cigarette, I took it, anxious to fit in. I wasn't much of a smoker, though, so I inhaled too deeply and started coughing. "I guess you're inexperienced," Maxwell teased as she and Taylor giggled. I don't know what got into me, but when I caught my breath, I teased her right back. I'd rather be inexperienced, I said, than an old lady with a chronic hack. Maxwell wasn't used to being challenged, but she could enjoy it if she had the last word. Touche, she said, tapping her ash over the railing and onto the patio below. Talking back to Maxwell was risky, but that day I must have threaded the needle perfectly, because for the next few minutes she, Taylor, and I chatted and laughed like girlfriends playing hooky from school. Then I excused myself to brush my teeth and douche myself in body spray to eliminate all traces of nicotine. Epstein was waiting for me. There was work to do. As I became a regular at Epstein's house, it was difficult to avoid the demeaning nature of this transactional relationship. Epstein took delight in explaining to me, for example, that he had painted his house pink because I love pink. Pink is for pussy. But so many of my connections to men had been humiliating that I think I saw this one as a challenge. Maybe for once, I thought, I could make it work for me. This only makes sense, of course, when you consider how little I'd grown up hoping for. As Epstein used me to satisfy his perverse appetites, I rationalized that perhaps he might also help me to do better myself. If he and Maxwell made good on their promise to get me trained as a masseuse, perhaps that would set me on a path to freedom and prosperity. I told myself it was worth the gamble. But then, probably 2 weeks after I'd met them, Epstein upped the ante. Hi, Arnold. Why didn't the Democrats make a big deal over Clinton? He molested 16 women. I know. Yeah, no jail time. Nope. No, because they're Democrats. That's why. Okay. He upped the ante, guys. I was upstairs cleaning up after another massage when Epstein told me to come into his office. How about you quit your job at Mar-a-Lago, he said, and come work for me full time. Unsure what to say, I admitted I was worn out from pulling double shifts each day. First at the spa, the second El Brillo way. Epstein nodded. He wanted to make things easier on me, he said, but he had a few conditions. As his employee, I would be at his beck and call day and night. No exceptions. When he said jump, my response would have to be, how high? And another thing, I could no longer live in my parents' trailer. Seeing me come and go at all hours of the night make them suspicious, he said, and he didn't want that. He held out a wad of cash, probably $2,500. Use this, he said, to rent yourself an apartment. I was stunned. I had never held that much money in my hand before. I thanked him, even as a twinge of worry crept into my head. By this point, I had seen dozens of girls coming and going from his house. Many came once and never returned. If he got rid of them so quickly, would Epstein eventually throw me away too? It felt foolish to rely on him for my livelihood. Epstein must have sensed my qualms, though, because he walked around his desk, picked up a grainy photograph, and handed it to me. The image had been taken from some distance, but it was unmistakably my little brother, Skydie. Skydie was walking away from the camera. I could see his backpack and the outline of the side of his face. I felt a stab of fear. Why did Epstein have a photo of the person I loved most in the world? We know where your brother goes to school, Epstein said. He let that sink in for a moment, then got to the point. You must never tell a soul what goes on in this house. He was smiling, but his threat was clear. Should I ever be tempted to betray him and go to the authorities, he would hurt Skydie. I stared at him. He stared back. And I own the Palm Beach Police Department, he said, so they won't do anything about it. That threat was still rattling around in my head days later when Epstein casually mentioned that he knew Eppinger. Not well, he said, but they'd met once at a party. The news only confirmed my emerging understanding of how the world worked. My approximately 17 years on this planet had taught me that some grown men forced children to have sex with them and suffered no repercussions. So the idea of Epstein and Eppinger socializing, it was simply the way of things. I had no choice, I believed, but I had to accept and make the best of it for Skyby's sake, not my own. Okay, that chapter's done. So next time, we're on chapter 10 next time, guys. Ow. Look at my baby. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Look at my baby, you guys. Look at him. He's so cute. I love you. I love you. Isn't he cute? You're welcome, guys. Thank you, baby carrot. You guys, my Cash App is in the description of each video if you would like to send a tip. Sosa is wore out, but I gotta take him out again. Thank you, Arnold. Or super chats are always open, but you know, YouTube takes half of it, I think, now. Look at my baby. Hi, Bubbles. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at Grandma? I love you. Got a kiss? I love you. Kiss. I love you so much. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. What time is it, you guys? I'm sure he wants to go out. Hold on a second. Let me see something. It's 10:39. Are you serious? Hold on. How is it so late? How can I go? Is it so late? How is it so late? Since it was such a nice day, it's probably going to be cold out. I bet. Oh, it's probably going to be freezing. I don't want to go in myself. I'm scared. I'm scared. It's kind of scary out there, guys. I want to show you the stuff I got. Hold on. I've seen this stuff advertised so many times. Hold on. But I finally bit the bullet and bought it. Hold on. I'll show you guys. I bit the bullet. I got it from my dad. Hold on, brothers. I bit the bullet. I take this necklace off. It's right here. I can't sleep in a necklace. Can you guys? I cannot sleep in any jewelry. It drives me crazy. Okay. Okay, I'm coming home. Hold on. Look, Sosa knows what time it is. He knows what time it is. So you guys, I bought this stuff because I've been wanting to for quite a while. And I actually finally did it. I'll show it to you. I've seen them advertise it so many times. It's called Froya Organics. It's anti-age glow balm. Have you guys seen this? Hi, Brandon. I don't know. I don't think so. Baby carrot. I'll bring my flashlight. But this stuff, there's one for nighttime too. But it gives your face this glow. I didn't put it on tonight. How are you guys? I want to keep my skin nice, you know? I want that nice skin. Let's hope there's no coyotes out there tonight. I'll bring my birdie, because I'll pull this. I'll bring my birdie. When I pull this out, it'll set off a loud alarm. That's what it does. Sets off this loud alarm. Sosa, you are killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Bubbas. You know that? Grandma has to put on her shoes and put on your... I got my cane. I can't really walk him and use my cane though, is the problem, you see? Because it's my right side that's really sore, and I have to walk him with my right side, with my right hand. So I kind of just suffer, you know? Sosa, I just kind of suffer. Okay. Do you want to go out, baby? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? You're still sore, huh? You're still sore, aren't you, baby? I want to see if I can fit his harness on him now. He was a little overweight last time. You were a little overweight last time, huh? Let's see if your harness will fit. Should we see if your harness will fit? Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Should we see if your harness will fit? Oh. He outgrew his harness, kind of, you guys, because he got a little chunky. I ran close the street. Yes. Yep. They lie. They're never going to stick to a freaking deal. Liars. Okay. But then people want to bitch about, oh, he's just going to do this. It's like, why don't you try becoming president? Or shut the frick up. How about that? Why don't you try dealing with it? Where is it? So where did it go? I want to find your other... Where is it? Is this it? Okay, let's see if we can fit it on you. I would love it if it would fit. Then you can pull me. Literally, you guys, I tried the largest one on they had on him, and it did not work. Let's see if this one fits. Come here. Come here. I think you've lost enough weight, maybe. Come here. Come here real quick. Let me see. No, come here. Let's see if it fits. Sosa, come here. Come here. Let me see if it'll work. Ow. Oh my gosh, it's still too small. Damn it. Is it all the way? Why will this not fit you? I think it's not his fat. He's got such a broad chest. It just is not it. Oh no. It doesn't fit, buddy. Damn it. No. too. I think, yeah, this is just gonna make it tighter. Dang it, so this doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense. We're never, ever, ever gonna get this thing to fit you. It's never gonna fit you, babies. Come on. It's never, ever, ever gonna fit you. So close. It would squish you though, so we can't do it. Damn it! Fuck. Pisses me off. Come here. He's like, Grandma, why do you have to embarrass me and make me wear this? Why do you have to make me wear this flashing light? He's like, how embarrassing. I'm sorry, bud. You guys, I'm scared to go up there. Come here. Come here. Ow. You know, if I didn't love you so much, I would just say, wait till the morning. You know that? If I didn't love you so much, I would say, you gotta wait till tomorrow because my back hurts, but I love you. What's on my foot? What's on the bottom? Oh, it's a weave. But I do love you so much, and that's why I'm taking out this late. The things I do for you, kid. Okay. Ouch. All right. Well, gotta bring my doggy bag here. Okay, guys. Well, look at my hands, they're all red. Good night, you guys. Sosa needs blinkers and a stoplight. Sosa's ready for the disco. Have you tried sitting on the floor and touching your toes? No, maybe I should. It's gonna hurt, but you're, okay, say bye. Say goodbye to everybody. Sosa, say goodbye. Don't be rude. Come on, come over here. Say goodbye. He's like, let's go, bitch. Sid, you ready to go? Look at him. He goes, I don't want to be on camera. Isn't he cute? Look at how handsome he is. Say goodnight. Okay, guys. Now I can't eat that damn Snickers, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you, City of Peace. Oh my gosh. I was thinking about those Snickers. Usually I would have some tonight later, but I don't think I want to. I don't, what's biologically engineered? What does that even mean? What's in there? What's in there? Like, can someone tell me? I like these pins I got for work because there's a little ball here. It's like a little stress ball. So what kind of biologically engineered is in there? Made from a lab? There's something made from a lab in our ice cream? Yikes. Oh, Lord. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow, maybe. 2 hours. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Sleep with the angels. Bye.